Hey guys, it is Kayla Waller with Waller Ventures, and today we're in Ponce Inlet, Florida, and we are going to check out the Pacetti Hotel Museum. So stick around, check it out. Alright, so when you come to Ponce Inlet and you check out the lighthouse, which is what we just looked at, that's why my face is red because I just climbed the lighthouse, you have a free admission to also come to the Pacetti Hotel Museum as well. That's what we're going to do today. Whew. I'm so exhausted from the lighthouse. So it says the Pacetti Hotel driveway. The building ahead is one of the oldest surviving structures in Volusia County. Constructed in the 1880s, the Pacetti Hotel was a fishing resort that turned into a private winter guest home for wealthy families from up north. Today it's a historical site that is on the National Register of Historic Places. Oh wow! It says as you make the turn up ahead, you might notice that the main entrance of the building is on the opposite side to you. Aside by the water. This is because visitors in the 1800s would mostly come up on to the Pacetti Hotel and Ponce Park via Halifax River. So naturally the front of the building faced them as they arrived. Much later, when automobiles became the default mode of transportation, this driveway became the new front entrance on the property for most visitors. So I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm out of breath. So it's gonna be a struggle, but hey, you can't pass up on a free visit to a museum. Check it out. Heck yeah! I probably could have driven my truck up here. That's all right. You can walk from the parking lot from the lighthouse to over here. It says the historic grill. The small structure ahead is a historic outdoor grill that is no longer in use. It was constructed in the late 1930s. Wow, the type of stone used is known as Florida fieldstone, which was also used in the front entry gate to the Pacetti Hotel. Wow. And so it's back here. Let's go look at it. Look, there's some snakes back here. Check out that grill. Wow. That's pretty cool. That stone is like an orangey burnt color. That's pretty neat. Alright, so it's museum entrance, but we're going to walk in front of it so you can see the front of it, of the hotel. It's very basic looking. Yeah, so guests would arrive to the dock up here. That's probably an updated dock, obviously. It looks very new. You know, come up the Halifax River, which is this over here, I guess, in that way. And then they would come here to the hotel. Right here. So let's go inside and take a look. As you walk up, you can see the lighthouse over there. Yo, we climbed up to the top up there on that lighthouse about 30 minutes ago. And my legs are bouncing, like hardcore bouncing. Like for real. Check out Lindsay's flower visitor. Wow. Weiser, sorry. Did you see Lindsay's safari hat? It's pretty cool. 1939 World's Fair scarf. Wow, that's pretty cool. Wristwatches from the 50s. Ties from 1970. Look at that hat box. Canes. That's pretty cool. Pacetti Hotel. Pacetti House is what it says. Clawfoot tub. Toilet. This is razors, curling iron, soap saver, hairbrush. Colgate shaving mug, soap. Wow. Cool bottles and stuff up there. It's pretty cool. This is shotgun shell roll crimper. Wow. Gun cleaning rods. Hunting cord. Oh, look at that. Earrings. Maybe. Bird guide. So there's the family tree of the Pacetti family. But yeah, goes through and tells you. It's the first two, then their kids. Apparently, the first son died at age 17. And you got their son, Henry, Bert, John, and then Gomez. Well, Bert's not her son, Bert's her son, and then that's their daughter. Then, like, they had a ton of kids, and then they only had two. And, one. But check out that fireplace right there, man. Wow. So in the lighthouse, it talks about 𝐤𝐿𝐫𝐿𝐲. Apparently, 𝐤𝐿𝐫𝐿𝐲 also worked here too, as well. It says 𝐤𝐿𝐫𝐿𝐲 lived and worked at the Pacetti Hotel from the early 1900s until his death in 1955. He was a highly respected fishing guide and handyman who worked with both of the Pacetti family and Olivia Gamble. Olivia Gamble was the one who took over when the Pacetti family, the matriarch and the patriarch, when they died, Olivia Gamble bought Pacetti house, well, hotel, and turned it into her winter home. So, check that clock out. It's pretty cool. Look at all the little knickknacks and books in there. That's pretty cool. Check out the little sofa there, and that's pretty neat. So this is gonna be my favorite room because I got a lot of fishing stuff in here, like right there. This was like a fishing camp at one point, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, check out that stuff. Look at that old fishing basket there. I got the old, I've got a tackle box like that from Grandpa. Check out that fishing line. Wow. Look at all that there. Oh, look at that fishing like pole rod thing. That's pretty neat. Barometers. Oh, look at, I got a fish scale like that from Grandpa, and I got one like that. Look at the oyster shucker things. That's pretty neat. Wow. So here's some more bottles. Some wine bottles at the top. Found a Boss Torpedo bottle up there. Liquor bottles. Look at that Jack Daniel whiskey bottle. Oh, wow. That's pretty neat. They got beer bottles on that side. Inkwells. Beverage and dairy. Got medicine ones down on that side. Containers. Food extracts. Food jars. Heck yeah. Check out this cabinet. It's got fishing lures in it. Look at that. Wow. It weights. Fishing lures. Spoon lure. Spoon there. I've got a lure like that. There's some a net down there. It's pretty cool. It says fishing and monsters at the Pacetti Hotel. Yeah, it says the Pacetti Hotel was regarded as one of the finest fishing resorts in all of Florida. That's pretty neat. Oh, look at that. It's a shark called, oh my God, that's pretty cool. The Pacetti Hotel Fishing Party, led by Gomez Pacetti. Wow. Spark. That's pretty cool. The Pacetti family showing off some of their antique bounties. Wow. That's pretty cool.
A lot of these bottles over here.
Mm-hmm.
And jugs, I guess you call them.
Uh-huh.
Found upstairs in the attic. These were found,
Oh,
a lot of them
wow.
were found on the premises whenever digging and excavating.
Oh, wow.
We can't figure this one out.
Oh, the torpedo one? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool bottle.
It had a cork in it, but,
There's nothing in it?
well, there was nothing in it, but how do you keep it from rolling off the table?
Oh, yeah. True.
You know, there's no flat bottom.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like a wine bottle.
Exactly. Wow, that's really cool. Check out the fishing poles up there. That's pretty cool. That one almost looks like Grandpa's right there. That one, that first one right there. I got that one right there too. Here's a better description of the Pacetti Hotel history timeline. It So the beginning in 1803, in the early years, that was about the Pacetti College, or Cottage, wow, in Points Park became a thing. And then the lighthouse. So it's a new hotel, that's when it became a hotel in 1884. And then the Fame and High Rollers. Yeah, they were like well known. It was a well known fishing resort. It says Changing Fortunes. That's when the building, you know, it kind of added to it, made like a legit hotel. And that's when in 1927 is when Olivia Gamble, and that's when the Mesquite Inlet got changed to Point St. Leon Inlet. And then yeah, that's when Olivia and all them came in, and she turned it into her winter home. And then the Nipperts and Reds, yeah, they said that's when they tamed it in 1966. And it says that Lewis Nippert became a part of the owner of the Cincinnati Reds baseball team, so they would come down here and vacation a lot. And they would also have racers from the that would come down for the Daytona 500, come down here to stay as well. Yeah, and then it fell abandoned for a while, and then they turned it into the museum that it is today in 2024. So this is like a new museum. So William Walker was a painter from South Carolina, and he'd come down here and paint, you know, scenery and things, and he painted fish and things like that. But apparently he lived here for about 30 years. He'd come down here and live, and he would sell his paintings for $10 to $12, so that way he could make his rent for staying here for the week. It's pretty intense, pretty intense. It says food preparations. Besides serving as a hot spot for fishing and hunting and sightseeing, the Pacetti Hotel also provided meals for travelers who navigated to the inlet. Day trippers from nearby areas of New Smyrna, Daytona would often visit the inlet to climb the lighthouse, drive on the beach, and enjoy some seafood lunch at the Pacetti Hotel. So in the little 10-minute video in the beginning, they said that like if you stayed at the hotel when it was a fishing resort, fish all day, then bring your fish at night, and they would cook it. That's what you had for dinner, is what you caught during the day. But it said that the Mr. Pacetti would, you know, do all the, you know, fishing guides, him and his sons, and then his wife would cook the fish that you would bring in from fishing all day. You have it for dinner. There's a lot of seafood in this house. Oh, check this room out. Look at the bed. It says Jesse Lindsay's bed. Oh wow. It says this bed is original to the Pacetti Hotel. It belonged to Jesse Lindsay, resident caretaker of the property for many years, and was located in this very room, though it may have been here before he came to town in the early 1900s. Reported to be 6 feet 8 inches tall, Jesse had to sleep diagonally in order to fit. Wow, yeah. But yeah, there's a picture of him. We saw him at the hotel with all them sheep's head in his hand right there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You have the, oh my gosh, look at that old sewing machine back there. That's pretty neat. All the old sewing stuff and kits. And there's some thread in there. That's pretty neat. And you got the rug beater over here. Soap savers. Buckets. Agitator. You got some clothespins and irons and a washboard. But yeah, so this is the caretaker's room. Look at all the silverware. Look at the knives down there. Wow. There's a whole bunch of stuff with plates. Look at the beer steins up there. That's pretty cool. Wow. All the plates and stuff. That's pretty cool. That's neat. Check out these coasters. Look at them coasters. They got butterflies in the coasters. Wow. Oh, that's neat. Look at all the cups and stuff up there at the top. Wow. Like all these salt and pepper shakers down here. Oh, that's crazy. Daggone. That's pretty crazy. Check out this bathroom. It's his lavatory. Wow. See to do it better. It's pretty neat. It's like a little half bath. Check this out. This is very, very interesting. It's like a little stairs that goes to the front. That's pretty cool. Hopefully I don't die and fall and my legs are shaky from the lighthouse. Wow, that was pretty cool. Check out the view. Wow. I would totally stay here. So this room talks about the women at the Pacetti Hotel. Talks about Louise Nippert, Virginia Ann Canier. She's the last woman to actually, you know, live here. And you got the first woman, Martha Jane Pacetti, Wickwire Pacetti. That's pretty cool. You got Elizabeth May Ferris. Yeah. And talks about Ida Lindsay. That is Jesse Lindsay's wife. She was the cook and cleaned and did laundry for the guests here. And then this is Olivia Gamble. She's associated with Gamble when they were, you know, when they obtained the house. And like that's like 1955 picture of them. And there's the hotel restoration back in the day. Yeah. It says she didn't reside there. However, she didn't reside here. She often stayed at the Seaside Inn in Daytona or at the other Gamble properties in the area. She did, however, use the hotel for parties and as a place for her guests to stay. Oh, okay. So she mainly just used this house as like a guest house, kind of far away guest house. But check out these light switches. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Check out the water skis. Oh my God, Cypress Gardens ski. Cypress Gardens, Florida. Wow, look at all these skis in the robe. That's pretty cool. Check out that seat, that boat seat with the dolphins on it. And gasoline, I have 2.5 gallon gasoline. There, there's some fishing poles back there. Paddle, net, some fishing line down there. On this side, they got some cards. Oh look, some cards with the seashell on them. Coca-Cola ones back there. Crazy Eights. Some more mega cards with kitty cats on down there. Got Scrabble. We got the dominoes and all that up here. Oh, we got Erase-O-Rama, Easy Money, Aggravation, Houdini's Magic Kit up there at the top. Got all these lamps. Oh, look at the duck lamp up there. It's pretty cool. Got all these other lamps. That's pretty neat. All right, so this room talks about the men of the Pacetti Hotel. This one talks about Bartolo Pacetti. He said that he was I think Spain or Spanish and Italian descent. But said he was, it says the old man Pacetti fishing in front of the Pacetti Hotel. They said he was a really good fisherman, and his wife would cook his fish basically that he caught. So there's the Pacetti Hotel, 1907. A small cracker house built by Bartola in the 1900s. Wow, that's pretty cool. Then you got Gomez Pacetti. He was the youngest son of Bartola. So he was the youngest son, but yeah, he helped with the running of the hotel. While the other children, they went off and did their own thing. He stuck around and helped with the hotel as well. That's pretty cool. But yeah, look how young he looks back then in the 1900s, holding a shotgun. And there's Jesse Lindsay. But yeah, look at all the fish he's catching. This is Jesse fishing up the dock on the Pacetti Hotel. Note the cut off shoes. Oh yeah, look at the shoes. They're like, his foot's just hanging out of his shoe. Wow. Suggesting holding 2 sheep's head. Heck, I pointed that out from far away. You got some sea trout up there on that string. So we got Bert Pacetti. And he was one of Bartola's sons. Yeah. But yeah, there's him playing cards and fishing. I think it says, yeah, he was the captain. Yeah. But yeah, and then yeah, he came here and did like fishing charters and stuff as well with the family, with the hotel. This is 𝐬𝐿. He's the one that owned the Cincinnati Reds and owned it for a while. Yeah. But yeah, that'd be kind of cool to have all those old baseball players come in and hang out with you. Yeah, it says 𝐿𝐿𝐿 with Reds catcher Johnny Bench, widely considered to be the greatest catcher in baseball history. On the porch. There it is right there. It's pretty cool. And it talks about the lighthouse in the hotel. They were kind of restored roughly at the same time. They're under the same conservation organization, I guess. And that's Ann 𝐾𝐨𝐺 headed up the restoration of this hotel and the lighthouse. But yeah, they were kind of built around the same time, the hotel and the lighthouse. That's kind of what that's talking about. And yeah, there's the lighthouse back in the day. That's pretty cool. You can see the lighthouse right outside the window right here. That's pretty cool. This is Ponce Park, etchings, a lighthouse up there at the top. Here's the hotel. There's a bunch of fishing stuff and sailboats. That's pretty neat. Wow, look at this whole cabinet. Like, look at this. Like, there's the closet there. Like, look at that. That's pretty neat. That's some awesome stores. Those handles are huge. But inside of it, you got like the oil cans, egg beater, and a hand drill. Got some clamps. Wow, got some saws back there. Original attic hatch. That's pretty neat. They got some masonry tools and hand drills. That's like a nail puller and hammers down there. Measuring devices. Oh look, Grandpa has a measuring thing like that. Ruler like that. Oh look at these locks. That's pretty cool. Door stopper. It says items found in registration. Look at that big mouse trap. Wow. Oh wow, it says the cedar flooring, 1980. Oh wow. Then you got aluminum flooring from 1930s. Oh wow. So you got metal pipes. It says horsehair plaster. It says these pieces of plaster came from some of the front rooms of the hotel. If you look closely, you can see some horsehair mixed into plaster for additional holding strength. This type of plaster usually consists of 3 layers. The scratch coat, brown coat, and finish coat. Oh wow, yeah, you can see the horsehair up there at the top and the plaster. Like right there at the very top. Right there. Right there. That's pretty cool. Wow. Alright, so it talks about the Florida cracker architecture. It says this is 3 underground sensors to collect rainwater via gutters. Large front porch, double front doors. Local old growth heart pine is used. It says tall double hung windows, brick piers, and addition to the main fireplace, 3 small wooden stoves could be used to heat the individual rooms. So that's how you make a Florida cracker house. And it talks about changes to the hotel, about what they did. I think they said they connected the 2 buildings together or something like that. Yeah, I guess you can see down there, and then like they've connected it a little better. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's how the porch used to look like on the side. And now that's what it looks like in 1975. Huh. Yeah, you can tell they did some changes to it in the restoration of it. Wow, you can't go in this room, but look at the storage. Look at the fishing bowl. Look at the jug. Look at everything. They got Snow White over there. I don't know if you can see from the glare. You got Snow White. Some Christmas stuff. Got some bowls and some glass bottles. Wow. I mean, like, some of the stuff is from like the 70s and 80s. I mean, it's not that old. Look, check out that closet right there. That's pretty cool. Chairs and stuff in there. Wow. That's pretty intense. So this is the Pacetti bedroom. Wow. Oh, look at the lamp. Oh, wow. Look at their bed. They got like a bed chamber right there. Look at that. Wow. Little suitcase over on the side. I think that's cool, the lights flashing. That's a big, tall headboard. But look at that. Wow, they got a harmonica over there. It says a bed pig. What's a bed pig? Device used to heat up your bed on cold nights. Oh, it's like a water bottle, like a hot water bottle. Same thing. That's cool. Look at the hand fans up there. That's neat. I like these little closets, man. Like, you got a closet there and you got like some storage up there. Really nice looking. I like them a lot. So I just noticed on the door it says room 7. I didn't look at the other doors and see if they had any numbering on them. It says the Gamble bedroom. Yeah, there it says 8. Huh. The Gamble bedroom, 1930s, 1960s. Oh wow, the headboard is a lot shorter in here. Look at that old radio back there. Look at that old radio. Wow. And they've got that open so you can see inside the suitcase. That's pretty neat. That thing looks like it's heavy. Look at that suitcase on the floor. Oh wow, look at this. It says American Tourister's suitcase. That's what that is. Look at the old shoes and the fan. Oh wow, look at the hat box. Check out that radio. Wow. And their clothing. That's pretty neat. Check out this. This is pretty neat. That's pretty cool. Alright, so Nipper Suite and Cincinnati Reds exhibit. So let's go check this out. Oh wow, they got a look at that old TV. And Cancer Stress from 1987. Wow. Oh, look at the Pepsi bottles. They still have Pepsi in them. And you got Richard Petty up there, his signature with his, oh man, that's pretty cool. That's neat. Let me get out a dress. From the 80s. Check out that TV, that's pretty cool. RCA. And couch, it is an 80s couch for sure. Little magazine holder, things like that, that lamp. It's pretty cool. You see this side's open. Let's talk about the baseball. Oh wow, they got baseball memorabilia in here. That's pretty neat. I was not expecting that. Check that out. Pete Rose signed it. Check that out. Pete Rose. Wow. Yeah, this is Sparky Anderson. Sparky trades hats with yeah, wow. That's pretty cool. Sparky Anderson and Pacetti Hotel Caretaker and enjoying a preseason party at the hotel. Wow, that's pretty cool. But yeah, check this out. This is Tony Pereira's autograph baseball. Wow. Reds World Series baseball signed. That's pretty intense. Reds team signed ball. George Sosnex. Oh, wow, look at that. That's pretty cool. I'm sorry I beat on baseball. Pete says I'm sorry I bet on baseball. Wow. This Charlie Hustle, known as Peter Edward Rose Sr., was Spark Anderson's choice for team captain of the Reds. Wow. benches and stuff. Wow. Oh, look at that. Pete Rose. Towel from the 70s. Look at the pennants. That's pretty cool. There's a seat back Riverfront Stadium, and they all signed it. Wow, look at that. Pete Rose signed it right there. That's pretty neat. Check that out. You got a signed Reds baseball bat. Rawlings Big Stick bat signed by 4 members of the Great Eight: Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, Johnny Bench, and Tony Perez. Wow. All their signatures right there. That's pretty cool. So Louis Nipper, he was this, Cincinnati attorney and a politician, and he became like partnered with owning the Cincinnati Reds. So they would come down here and vacation with them and hang out, like Pete Rose. But yeah, like this whole thing right here talks about them. That's pretty cool. That's really neat. So this is the Nipper bathroom. This bathroom was constructed in 1971 as a part of the suite of rooms used by owners Louis and Louise Nipper during their visits. Inside the bathroom to the right is a door leading to what was the Nipper sitting room. This was once the hall entrance to the hotel room 10, which became part of their suite. The end of the hallway was closed off to form their bathroom. Today, this bathroom remains unrestored in order to show how preparations and restoration is carried out. So check this out. You can see the old shower in there and the old toilet. You can see all the restorations going on. That's pretty neat. Like that's the whole floor. That's pretty cool. I can see the old nails in there. I think look at the top. You can see where it's been changed over the years and added on different paint colors. That's pretty neat. That's really, really cool. Wow. Who knew this was here? But it is a gorgeous, gorgeous day here at the Ponce Inlet. Check it out. Oh, look how beautiful it is. At the hotels over there. Man, can you imagine like back in the day, late 1800s, come up here on the river and coming here to stay at the fishing camp, at the Pacetti Fishing Hotel Camp Resort, right there with the lighthouse. You just come here. There's a child in the window up there, looking around. She is real. She's not a ghost. So what an amazing museum. They don't have like a lot of artifacts in there, but I mean it's because they did just open in like 2024. But whoever thought, that it's this, hotel / rent a home / now museum was kind of associated with the lighthouse. Like I said earlier, it was restored by the same organization that kind of restored the lighthouse. And what's her name? Anne, I can't remember her last name, but yeah, she headed up, restoring this hotel / resort / house. But yeah, it was really, really cool. I learned a lot. I mean, who knew that, that what's his face, the co-owner of the Reds, of the Cincinnati Reds back in the day, Nepperters owned this place, and they'd come down here on vacation, like from Cincinnati to here to Florida. But I mean, back in the day, people would resort here in the winter because it was so cold up north. So they'd come down here and enjoy the winter. It's still a thing today. The snowbirds come down here in Florida during the winter months to get a little bit of warmer weather. But yeah, this is a cool place. I highly recommend you check it out and learn the history about it and actually get to see it for yourself. So like I said, if you come and visit, go to the lighthouse first and get your wristband, and it will give you a mission to here as well. You just got to walk across the street and walk up the driveway, and yeah, check it out. It's a nice little hidden gem here in Ponce Inlet. I also think it's funny that this used to be called Mosquito Inlet, which makes sense. There's mosquitoes everywhere in Florida. So this says the water tower. One of the original functions of this little building was to provide water for the hotel's needs via water storage tanks. Large wooden beams reinforced the roof to support the weight of the storage tanks. There's also a sensor located underneath to store additional water. Wow, so this pipes connected this building with the other ones on the property to form a single water storage system. Wow, photographic evidence suggests that it was constructed in late 1930s during 𝐬𝐫𝐽's restoration of the hotel. This building also once housed a small bathroom plus a workshop and storage space. Oh wow. But yeah, it's the bathrooms now. So yeah, so like I said, come check this out. Come check out the lighthouse. I'll put the link up to that video at the top if you want to check it out. But yeah, this is a cool spot, and like I said, this is a big huge hot spot for fishing. So if you're a big huge fisherman, you can come down here and fish at the Ponce Inlet. I've thought about trying to come down here and fish at some point in time, but I just haven't made it back here yet to do some fishing. Plus it's summer and it's hot right now to do any fishing. And apologize in advance. Like I said before, I just finished climbing the lighthouse. I'm out of breath and can't talk as much. I still can't talk, but I can't talk even more when I'm hot. And I probably mispronounced names. I'm so sorry for that. I tried my best. So yeah, so apologies for that. So thank you for joining us on this little adventure to the Pacetti Hotel. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you are, we greatly appreciate it. If you're not, hit that subscribe button. It will help our channel grow. We're also on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And below this video, you can see some of Wild Adventures merch. And if you go to the description below, there's a link to the merch shop itself where you can get some cool merch like CGI stuff. You can get camping t-shirts. You can get some mugs, thermoses, coffee cups, things like that. And if you go to Facebook, you can send us a message, get your very own Wild Adventures koozie, or holographic sticker. So thanks for watching. See you soon. Hey guys, it's me again. If you want to subscribe to your channel, click over here. If you want to check out some more videos, click down there. If you want to check out our cool merch shop, go to the description below and click the link. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.